Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, you guys. Happy Sunday. It's your girl, Yinka, the owner of Mysnatchedshop. We are a luxury room wellness spa, and we are a luxury room wellness spa and a holistic health brand. Lord, I had a brain fog. Our mission is to bring awareness to the alarming racial differences in the maternity mortality and vaginal ailments in the BIPOC community. So we will be healing one another with using holistic services, products, courses, and events all over the world. So today, if you are new, first of all, if you're new, welcome back. Welcome back, and go ahead and share this live with 3 people. Share it to your stories, tag 3 people in it so we can get this information set out to the collective. And if you're new, welcome. And I hope that we give you all that you came on here to see. So today, I know y'all missed my interviews. I didn't do any interviews all of December, but today we're gonna start the new year off with somebody that I've been following for a little while. I honestly don't even remember when I started following her, and it was on Facebook at first, but I honestly can't remember when I started following her. But I've been following her for a little while, and she's so inspirational. She's so empowering, because I'm all for, y'all know this the whole point of the Let's Talk segment, because I'm finding women who are empowering, who are changing lives, who are healing, who are about community building. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. So to find women who are doing their thing in their community, that's what I'm here for. So I think I saw her come in. Welcome y'all who's coming in. Welcome y'all. Sit tight so y'all can get this information. So Amber, if you're still in here, go ahead and request to come up so I can pull you up, and we're gonna get this started. I'm gonna try not to be so long, but I have so many questions, and y'all know I talk too much anyway, but I have so many questions. And I want to make sure that y'all get what y'all need to get. So go ahead and share this live while we getting prepared. Share this live with 5 people. I said 3, but 5, because we need to spread it out to the masses. Share it to your stories. Save it so that you can come back to it later if you can't stay in. But make sure that you're saving this information, because it's going to be useful. All right, here we go. Yeah, I look a mess. But we ain't on here for me, okay? We're not on here for me. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How is 2020 looking for you so far?
It's going pretty good.
Yes, I'm glad to hear
Yes.
it. And thank you, Princess, for saying you love my chair. This is my favorite chair. So I got my notebook. I didn't even have no
Okay.
questions. I'm gonna let spirit flow, and whatever I need to ask, I'm gonna just need to ask, because I know I got a lot to ask. But I got my notebook so I can take notes, and y'all need to have y'all notebooks. Go ahead and share this live with 5 people. Tag 5 people in it so they can come and get this wisdom too. But I got my notebooks because I'm ready to take notes. But first of all, introduce yourself to my followers and let them know who you are, where they can find you.
Okay. I am Amber Satson. I am located in Columbia, South Carolina. You can get in contact with me on usually you can message me through my website. My website is www.rainbowjuicecleanse.us. And you can contact me on Instagram as well. Juice Queen 2020.
Yes. You see me with my little juicy juice. I've been getting to
Yes,
it for
I
the past
see.
week. I've
That
been
is
getting to
awesome. Yes, I love it.
it.
That
So
is
you
good.
definitely have inspired me. First of all, I got my juices. I got a juicer, I want to say at the beginning of 2020 because of you. I got my juicer,
Okay, see,
but it
that's
took me
awesome.
6 months to actually use it for the first time.
What? Okay, no, that's fine. That is
Right.
okay. That is okay.
So
I agree.
when I finally used it, I was just like, bro, like I am not gonna be consistent with this, because for one,
Yeah.
the process, I just feel like I'm using like hella fruits just to get one juice out of it, and then
Mm-hmm.
times
It's
some I have to
fine.
like cleaning the jar. I already don't like washing dishes, so I had to clean the juicer as I finished, and it just felt like a long process. But it's always mind over matter. And what I tell my people and what I do, like, you have to want it. So again, like I had it for 6 or 7 months before I even made my first one. Then I made my first one. It took me another 3 months just to make another one. So I'm proud of myself for being consistent this past week, drinking
Yes,
juices out for an entire week. Girl.
that's good. It's definitely a journey. It's a
So
journey getting to it. So.
my first question is, what got you into juicing? If somebody said your juices are delicious, I know they are. I know they are.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it started off like really, it was after I had my son in 2012, I got up to 240 pounds. And, I had picked up a lot of different health issues as well. So I was just like, okay, I need something. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm working out. I'm doing what, they're telling me I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm like,
Yes.
okay, this is not working. It's time for something different. So I was actually on Instagram and I ran across somebody doing a juice cleanse. And I'm like, okay, I'm at this point, I need to try something. So I started off with a 3-day juice cleanse. And the first one I did, I also cut off beef and pork as well, because I was just noticing how with eating beef and pork, my head was always hurting. I was getting black just big bumps all over my skin. I just never felt good when I ate, those two items anyway. So I cut them off and I started detoxing. So I did the 3-day juice cleanse. I believe it was with Press Juicery at the time. And I had did one of those cleanses, and I mean, I had felt absolutely amazing just going 3 days, no food. It's definitely discipline, because it's pretty much you're telling yourself you can't eat nothing. You're just drinking these juice, just juice. So you get 4 juices and you drink one, one in the morning, one in the lunch, breakfast, the main thingy. So it keeps you full, but again, when you've been eating food your
Right.
whole
Just the
life,
thought of chewing something.
yes. So, eating, if you can find anything raw, like if I got hungry, I'll do like a cucumber or something like that, like just eating something raw. So, after I finished that juice cleanse, I lost probably like 10 pounds right off the beat just from doing that first cleanse. And I'm like, oh my God. So I got addicted. I ordered another one and I kept ordering it. And I didn't, realize what I was doing at this time. I'm just trying to lose weight. I didn't realize that I was actually healing my body too. So I was healing and cleansing all, this whole ride. So like I said, I was just, I cut off beef and pork. I was still eating everything else. But once I cut off beef and pork, that month I kept detoxing. I tried to eat it again, and I thought I was about to die. I was sick forever. So I was like, okay, this is crazy. And my chest cleared up completely. I had got back down to my weight. So I'll say after like 6 months, I got back down to my weight because I was detoxing monthly. But once I tried to eat beef and pork again, it was a no-no. I could not do it. So, I just, over the years, I just noticed like every time I tried to eat meat, I was feeling sick. Like I was still doing chicken, turkey, and seafood. But I was like, okay, I want to be a vegan. And this is me all the time. I want to be a vegan. I want to be a
Yeah.
vegan. So, of course, you do the detox and then you end up going back to eating meat again because it's the cravings. We are going to crave it. It's like if you don't cleanse the cravings out, your body's going to keep wanting it. So
Right.
the thing is, that's why it's important to keep detoxing so that we can get rid of those cravings. So, deeper in my journey, 2017 is when I went to Jamaica and I learned more about alkaline herbs. I got deeper into sea moss and bladderwrack and, just the main herbs that really cleanse and heal our bodies. So, after that, that's when I started taking them as well. Cause like I said, I was still doing the chicken and seafood, but I was like, no. But once I started taking them and burdock root, I was doing that tea daily. I'll say 2018, I couldn't eat none of that. My body was like, no. Like I tried the smell of chicken was like, ugh. Every time
Right.
I saw chicken, I was like, ugh. And then later on, seafood was the last thing. And I was like, we went to Destin and I had some shrimp and I ate the shrimp and it did. I was like, okay, it looks so good, but I ate it and I was in the bathroom for maybe 2 or 3 days, just dying.
Mm,
So ever since then, I haven't ate no meat at all. Can't even, not even dairy. You know, dairy was always something harsh. You know, always
right,
know that we're not supposed to be doing no cow milk at all. So
right,
it's like, you feel it. It was like, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. No, you're not lactose. You're just not supposed to be
right. You're not a baby
consuming that.
cow.
So, yeah, no. So it's like that's why you're gonna feel sick. So yeah, after that, that journey, after my body completely let go of meat, it's like you get in that stage of being stuck because it's like, okay, what do I eat now? My body
Right.
is free of meat, but where do I go? So you kind of start picking up like on that, what is it? The fast food vegan, the
The
junk
processed
food
junk
vegan.
food. Yeah.
Hmm. The processed one, when you're just picking up anything that's around that's not, that's vegan, that says no meat. You're
Right. The
just eating
plant based.
anything. Yeah, plant-based. And it's like, no, because that actually has more chemicals than
Right.
what we know, because you don't really know what's all in that, in those products. So, over a year or so, I started noticing like my skin started breaking out more and I was just feeling even worse. I was like, okay, I got to start doing something different. And even though I did switch to like an alkaline diet, I was doing a lot of oily food, and that
Hmm.
oily food was making my stomach even like, I was just feeling sick. So I was like, okay, let me try a challenge. Let me do something different. So I did a 20-day raw challenge. And for 20 days, I only did raw meals. And I was like, okay, this is going to be hard, but I need something, like, I just need a change. I know that I can use real food to make my
Hmm.
food. I know I don't need, all this other bullshit. I need to do real food. And then it's like you get stuck sometime at like recipes, like, you
Right.
know, you get the main recipes, but it's like, what else to do? So when you're raw, it's like you kind of have no choice but to use your mind and just get creative. Like whatever
Right.
vegetable or whatever you see, you're just chopping it up and just putting it together. And you're using the seasons that you always use, switch it up and just season it. That's how I started doing it. And every day I start coming up with something. I'm like, okay, so I can really do this lifestyle. Like it's not hard like I was making it seem to be. And now it's been like over 500 days raw vegan. So it's like,
Congratulations.
yes, thank you. It's definitely been a beautiful journey, but I always tell people it's a journey. You don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just day by day, you just got to
Right.
keep going. You got to stay positive, because this is not what they want us to do. They don't want us to heal. They want us to stay sick. They want us in a low vibration. They don't want us to go higher. So the thing is realizing that it always starts within the gut. It starts with the gut. If the gut is
Right.
not healthy, then how can the mind be healthy? So
Right.
if we're not paying attention to what we're putting inside, then we can only vibrate in a low vibration. So it's like daily we got to flush it out. Daily, even being at my point, I still got to keep flushing, because
Hmm.
it's the everyday journey, every day. So
So what do you
that's
consider raw? Because I did the challenge. It was towards the end of the year, last year. Well, I say by October. I was like, okay, let me do the raw challenge or see if I can, how long I can go with raw vegan. And I've been vegan since the end of 2019. So my thing was going raw because it took me, like, I think everybody transitions using the process. And when I didn't read anything, but it clicked to me when I was eating vegan cheese, and it broke down in my body the exact same way the regular cheese did. And I'm like, this is the same thing. Like, it's literally the same thing. It's doing the same thing to my body. It just got a vegan label on it. So I don't know what's in it. It ain't cow milk, but it's something that still don't belong in my body. And that's when I had to change my whole perspective on the processed stuff. So what do you consider actually raw? Because I do see that sometimes, like, you use the air fryer, like, to I guess dehydrate the mushrooms or whatever. Like, I don't know how that process is, but what is considered a raw diet?
Well, to me, it's just I prefer to, you always want to keep it under 115 because once you go over 115, then it's not considered raw anymore. So when I
You mean the
do any
degrees?
item, yeah, on the
Okay,
degrees wise. So like if you go higher, then it's considered,
cool.
just regular sometimes. So, if I do any higher, I try to do 150 or 200. That's like on my air fryer or the toaster oven. That's with my treats and my bakes and stuff like that. But usually, just keeping away from oils and butters because you start to see how that's just more damage. It's ruined the food. You use, your natural seasons and stuff like that. It's not really as intense as we think because you can still, enjoy, put your food in that dehydrator, let it sit for some time, and it still give you that same, taste
Hmm.
as you doing it, the other way. It's
Right.
just no oil, no butter. Because I
Okay.
could lately, you just get real creative with things where it's like, oh, I never needed this. I really never really needed the
Right. And that's why I
oil
used
or
to
the
tell people all
butter.
the time. I'm like, being vegan, it's only hard to be vegan if you can't cook. Like, honestly.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I tell
It's
people, like,
it.
I like, you don't eat, if you were to eat raw chicken or chicken with, that you cook, or you didn't put no seasoning on it, that's going to be nasty too. So the
Yeah,
same
you're not
seasoning you
gonna be
putting on
good.
your chicken, put it on some vegetables and it's going to do the
That's
same
it.
thing.
I promise. I promise. And this is what they wanted though. They wanted to make things so hard for us so that we
Hmm.
can stay stuck. Because if we don't know what else to eat, you only keep going back to what you that
Right.
to
What
the
you
stuff
know.
that's not good
Hmm.
for us. So it's like it's a cycle, and it's like every day you just gotta keep just pouring positive stuff into yourself. Because I tell people it's up to you. This journey is up to you because this is not
Right.
what they want. They don't want us to be free. So it's like keep going, keep trying new things. You might have your day off, get back on it, and do it differently. Don't do it the same way that you did before. You got to keep doing it differently.
So, what would be some of your favorite alkaline foods as far as like somebody who's trying whatever diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever like diagnosis they may have that they're trying to like flush out their system? What are some of the top alkaline foods that you use every day for like cleansing?
My main items, like I said, I do a lot of raw items. So seeded grapes. Seeded grapes
Mm-hmm.
is great for flushing out your body. That's one of my main ones. Key limes. Key limes are the best because, it's hard to people say they're hard to find, but you honestly can find them at any of your local international markets. And they have them everywhere. They have an international market on every corner. You may not been to one, but they
Right.
have one in your area. So just look it up and see. They're going to have key limes. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are the best. I love, oyster. I do, Bella and portobello as well. So if you can find them, those are, the main ones that's usually in the stores and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
you can go get your grow kits. I grow mines. I got mines from Royal Flush. It's a, website on Etsy. You can buy your kits and they grow really fast. They keep coming back. So you can grow lobster mushrooms. Those are really good for you. You can like with these mushrooms, they have these unique tastes. So it's like your food can taste different. Like you can just always do something. And even with, you put them in the dehydrator, put your I usually do coconut. I love coconut amino. It's a smoked amino that they have at Trader Joe's,
Mm-hmm.
and I put that on my mushrooms to give it a nice taste, and it makes anything you make taste good. So I usually get my walnut wraps. I use these walnut wraps. Sometimes I use like walnut flour. You can make your own walnut flour. Just get some walnuts, make sure they dry, grind them up, and then boom, there's your flour right there. And all you got to do is flatten it out real good, and you just put it in your air fryer for like a dehydrator, whatever you have, just put it on until it start getting crunchy, and there you go, right there. There was your,
I think
your
I seen
wrap.
you make one with lentils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want
Yep.
to
And
try
you can do that.
that.
Yes. And then boom, add your mushrooms in there, and then there it goes.
It's,
So
I
those are
love
my favorite. And I
mushrooms
love
too.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
definitely love
walnuts.
mushrooms, and we have like a central market around here, which is another international store out here. And
Okay.
raw broccoli is a hybrid. Broccoli not even good for you, sir.
Yeah,
But
broccoli is not the best. That's the one you want to kind of
I gave up
stay.
broccoli a minute ago. It don't have
Yeah.
nothing.
It
Mm-mm.
was messing up my stomach so bad. You don't even realize how certain veggies you just really can't eat. Like they tell you to eat certain things, but
Right.
the stuff they're not, they're telling you not to eat. That's what you
That's what you
should be
need to be
eating.
eating, right?
Listen, that's why it's hard to find because they don't want people eating this shit. Like,
And just like
they
the
try to
purple cabbage, yeah.
listen. Some stores you might can find purple cabbage, but then other stores you just can't. And a lot of people are like, oh, I never had purple cabbage. Yeah, because they don't want you to eat purple
Right.
cabbage. They don't want you to eat that has all the nutrition. No, no, green is not good.
What green? Green what? Cabbage?
That's what somebody said.
They
They
say
said
green is
green is
good. Green
good.
what?
Cabbage.
But broccoli does have a lot of water in it. It does have a lot of water in it. So does cucumbers. Eat you a cucumber.
And one thing about me is if I can't regrow it, I can't eat it. Broccoli has no seeds.
Mm.
Cucumbers do.
Oh yeah, green veggies, but it depends on what green veggies because there's a lot of green veggies that's still not good. So it depends. But the darker I have learned, the darker the greens, then the better.
Kale is the best. You
Yes.
got kale, you got dandelion, you
Yes.
have cucumbers, you know. Really, fruits is the main items that's been growing from this earth. So fruits was really what
Mm-hmm.
our bodies always ever needed. So it's a lot of fruitarians out here that is actually just surviving off fruit. Like with myself now being raw, I honestly don't even need veggies. Like I go
Right.
days of just eating fruit. I honestly eat a veggie just because it's there, or
Right.
it's there, but I don't need it. I can do smoothies every day. They tell you get diabetes from eating fruit. No, you get diabetes from the bullshit you've been eating all your life, and you have
Right.
detox habits. So these fruits can only heal us. Fruits
Right.
with seeds. Fruits with seeds. Let me say that. Fruits with
Right.
seeds can only heal us
Not the
because
little fake ones that they made in the lab.
yeah, they can't fucking heal. No, it was my bad. But listen, it can't do
You good.
no
You
healing.
good.
No
Yeah,
healing.
your sound is distorted a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. It just sounds like it don't sound like you was sounding in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It might be a Wi-Fi connection. Right. You get diabetes from eating white sugar, like the fake sugar and stuff like that. Even brown sugar, I learned it wasn't good because they try to. It's so fucked up how they try to play with our minds. So they tell us
Mm-hmm.
like, white sugar isn't good for you, but brown sugar is better. When brown sugar is not good for you either. Like if it's not coming from type of like a fruit, like it's better than white sugar, but it's not good for you either. Like they just make it
Yeah.
brown. I don't know what that the psychological play they did with that with the brown sugar, but I'm like, that's not good for us either. It's still artificial
Mm-mm.
sweeteners. So and even with the
Because everything comes from our fruits. Everything we need
right
comes from the fruits. Can you
with
hear me
my
better?
juices, I don't use yes, I can hear you better.
Yeah, okay.
With my juices, I don't put no water in it and I don't put no type of sweeteners in it at all. It ain't nothing but fruits. And it be
It's not
good.
needed. We
Cane
don't need it
sugar.
because
What's your opinion on cane sugar? Because
I
I don't
mean,
really use it
honestly,
either.
you know, I kind of see like a lot of people say coming straight from that cane. I kind of look at it differently when somebody is juicing straight from a cane tree, from the cane trees. I
Hmm.
don't know. I kind of see it differently. But maybe the processed sugary ones that they're making,
Right.
what they're selling, of course. But people is not going to the cane forest or growing their own
Right.
cane. They're not growing their own cane fruit. Nobody's growing that and sucking or getting the sugar fresh.
Right.
They're not
That
doing
would
that
be
shit.
different.
They're
Yeah.
doing the yeah,
That
they're
would be
doing the fake. They're doing the fake crap. So no, no to the fake, yeah to the real. Big
because
time.
it all look the same. And I feel like anything that look like cocaine is not good for you. Period.
Listen, like I said, if I can't grow it, I kind of don't want it
Right, right. And
because
I'm trying
you
to
can
get into
easily grow.
that. I have to.
Hmm.
I'm moving by the end of this month, and I want to go to Houston. This is my first year in Dallas, but I want to go to Houston And I need to be in a house. These apartment life is not for me. So I need to be in a house
Yeah.
because I, for one, feel like we about to do another shutdown. And I need to be able
Mm-hmm.
to grow my own foods because that's just been something that I've been on it. I wanted to try it from an apartment this year and I got slacked off and I didn't do it, but I'm not even
Yeah.
facing a good way that they would have grown really good. But I've been
Okay.
looking for that. And when I saw your greenhouse, I was like, bro, like I'm missing out. I need to get on some land. Like I need to be
Mm-hmm.
self-sufficient because that's really important to me. Like as far as like, how do you feel? I mean, I'm gonna ask you this. How do you feel about like pets and
Oh yeah, that's one of my number one things right there. So right now I just started with the basics, just putting everything in, putting it in the jar, putting it in the boiler, let it boil till it can't pop. Because I do that like with a lot of my oils and stuff like that.
mm-hmm,
So I started doing the same with like cucumbers, like my peppers that I was growing. I was getting a lot of peppers, like my habanero peppers just kept growing like crazy. So
mm-hmm. I
just
love some habanero.
since you can't, yeah, making all kind of paste and
Yeah.
it just you see just doing things differently, like jelly. That's what I plan on doing next. So that's gonna be the next one.
He
Oh, he
said you
threw me
can't
off.
grow broccoli.
I mean,
I'm
but
pretty
it's
sure
no
it's
seeds
possible.
though. Anybody can grow anything. It's just saying like, it's a hybrid item because it wasn't something that had its own source.
Right.
That was something that was mixed. Anything can be mixed together. We're not saying like, yeah, man-made, of course, is somebody mixing seeds together. They
Right.
had to have a seed to mix it together, but it's just not something that
Natural.
is, yeah, that's reproducing like boom, that's not one of those.
So as far as um I think I asked you about your favorite alkaline foods. You said seeded grapes, key limes, and mushrooms. So, as far as like the bladderwrack and the burdock root, are you just drinking those in teas every day, or
No, it's more of like, you add in the powder. You can get the powder, like burdock root, you can do as a tea. That is best as a tea. Bladderwrack, you can do as a powder with the sea moss, and you can add it to your smoothie. So you can get it and dry it up in your dehydrator
your
and
sound went
start
out
in.
again?
Sorry, somebody's calling me. But yeah, you can dry it up and start using it in your smoothies and stuff daily. And it
See,
definitely,
I don't really like using powders. I
you
don't
don't
know if
like the
it's because
powder?
huh?
I said you don't like the powder that much?
I don't like using powders anyway. If it's gonna be a powder, I'm gonna have it in a herb and I'm gonna grind it into a powder. But as far as
See,
like
now
dry,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
oh, okay.
I never buy nothing from nobody. I always get straight from Jamaica. I put in a dehydrator,
Mm-hmm.
dry it up, and then I turn it to the powder. Now that's what
Okay.
I do with my bladderwrack and sea moss. So yeah, that's how I do mine. And then I also with burdock root, I only use the root or I do the tea. I don't grind that up because it's kind of hard to get that. You got to dry and it does too
Mm-hmm.
much. So I only do root or tea with that one. And you drink that, daily because burdock root reduce cravings. So the more you're drinking that, you're not going to be craving the items that, you've been craving forever. So it's like, no, you want to do that daily and you'll
I
see.
don't really be
Mhm.
craving anything. I don't crave anything like meat or anything, but I have noticed since I've been juicing, like maybe it's just a mental thing, but I've started to just want to eat in general.
Yep. Mhm.
And okay, is that natural or is it something I
You
get
said
to
what
detox
is
from that? Because it was like I was fasting right the last week of December. I was fasting. I was only eating between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Okay.
And I was doing that perfectly fine. So I was like, cool. Instead of me doing it for 7 days, let me go ahead and do it through January. And then
Uh-huh.
when January got here, I was like, actually, let me start juicing. So I'm always
Mhm.
drinking tea. I'm drinking like 3 cups of some type of tea every single day. But
Mhm.
I was only eating one meal out of the day. And with my meals, I only eat like a salad or a wrap. That's all I eat. And then I put my seeds. So I'm using like pumpkin seeds or chia seeds or whatever and just sprinkling that on whatever I'm eating to get whatever
Mhm.
nutrients they have. So once I started juicing, I was like, okay, for one, I was doing it wrong because I was still just eating at one time a day. I was just drinking my juice throughout the day instead of just my tea by itself. So maybe like 2 or 3 days later, I was like, I'm actually hungry now. At first, when I wasn't hungry before 5 o'clock, I probably get hungry maybe like around 4-ish. And then I'll eat like I'm hungry at 12 now since I've been juicing. So
Yeah.
what could have been the cause of that? Or is it maybe because it's like I'm triggering my body that I'm eating something because it's juice?
Yeah, pretty much,
Okay.
because like the more you start juicing, you're pretty much going to see that food is just food. You're not even going to really be hungry at times. Like you're just
Right.
getting your body back to its, its normal stage. Because at this point, it's like some days I can honestly just go with a water or not
Right.
even that. So it's like you just get to it. It's a process. You just keep seeing things for yourself, but it's nothing wrong at all. It's
Okay.
just you're going back. Yeah, you're going back to your natural state. He said broccoli do have seeds. We're not saying that broccoli doesn't have seeds. Of course it has seeds, but it's saying that not everything that grows is meant for us to be consuming
To
as
consuming.
well.
Right.
Yes, there's a lot of things that's grown from nature, and some things we know that is different purposes. It's
Right.
different. Nature only can heal. Nature doesn't kill, but we know that some things we just cannot be consuming because it doesn't agree with our bodies.
So what's your opinion on beans? Because I know when I first went, well, I say during COVID, I was starting to eat more. I slowed up on the processed stuff, but I was still eating more stuff that was like, that'll last longer, like rice, potatoes, beans. Like I was eating it like every single day just because it
Hmm.
lasted longer. So what's your opinion on all of those? Actually, I know I don't really do the rice no more. I rather have
Yeah.
quinoa. But what's the thing on beans?
Yeah, rice definitely makes me sick. Like I used to love rice because rice was one of the ones that keep you full. But
Mm-hmm.
after a while, I was trying to sneak in and our stomachs. No, rice is definitely a no-no, and that's definitely a hard one. A hard one to let go of.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you all the time. So switching to quinoa is good. I'm kind of at this point now that I really don't consume it as much. Like maybe if I was to make something, I just really don't be craving it. Like I don't have a taste for it as much as I
Right.
did in the beginning. Now I just, like I said, I barely even want veggies. So it's like,
Yeah.
every blue moon, if I do like have a dish that maybe, I probably want something crunchy or something like that, I would do quinoa. And I also like if you can ever find fresh palm of hearts and do it yourself, or you grind it up real small, that kind of have a different taste too. It's from fresh from like a palm tree, and it's really different. It's a unique, taste.
What
Some
is palm of
stores have
hearts?
it
What is
fresh.
that like? I thought that was kind of like something like artichoke.
Not really. It's a little different. It's coming fresh from a tree. So if you was out in nature, then boom, you have, you can find it right there. Chop it up, and you have to dehydrate it. You have to let it steam so it can get back to its
Mm-hmm.
natural source where you can use it. But I do like that fresh. If you can find it fresh, I don't really do the ones that's been in a package for a
Yeah, that's
long
the
time.
only place I see it at. So that's probably why I think it
Yeah,
might
no.
be.
So now they have it at like fresh markets, of course. Like they got in Lexington, they have fresh palm of heart, like in the
Mm-hmm.
like one of those wrap thingies, and you can use it. You have to cut it up, and get it the way you want it, but it's fresh for you. And they have that 14 karat in Lexington as well, so you can find it there too
And you
and
said
try
that's
it
good
out.
for what? The palm of heart is good for doing what? Using it to make what?
It's just I honestly think it's just a better substitute. Like it's still good for, cleanse. It's not more cleansing, but it's better than the starchy products. It's not
Okay.
causing as much, pain or aggravation as rice is doing.
Okay.
So it's just honestly a better substitute. Like me, like I said, I really don't need none of it. That's
Yeah.
just where I was in my beginning. Like if I needed some rice or, you know, something different than rice, I would use that palm of hearts. But, you know, now it's really not, it's not going to be something that you're going to do daily, you know, all the
Right. I
time.
haven't even had quinoa in a really long time. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
so I've been focused on this year. This is um one of my goals for this year. So I've been diagnosed with gallstones when I was 19. So
mm-hmm.
it's been almost 10 years since I've had gallstones. That didn't trigger me to become vegan. I came vegan on my spiritual journey, but it
Okay.
helps. And I can tell that I still haven't even been vegan for 2 years. I still haven't passed any or dissolved any of my gallstones. So, do you have any recommendations for a specific juice blend or a way that I can actually like? I've been looking up like herbs, so I'm gonna get on my teas to actually
Mm-hmm.
focus on it this year. I'm like, okay, this is a goal
Yeah.
of mine. I'm going to get rid of these. That's kind of one of my
Mm-hmm.
goals. But what are or do you have any recommendations for that?
So, have you started using raspberry leaf,
I'm addicted to it.
red clover? Are you
I'm
on red
addicted to
clover?
it. Yes,
Okay, I know you on butterfly PT.
I am not. I've had it
Okay,
before
that's
and it
the
is
number
delicious, but
one.
I'm not on it. Okay, so
You
what
got
is
to get
it?
that flower. That's one of the main ones for flushing out toxins, fibroids, all of it. Anything in our uterus, it can only cleanse it out. That's
Okay,
one of the main flowers. And you got the mugwort is more for relaxing your womb as well.
I'm on mugwort.
Slippery elm. Are you doing slippery elm?
No, I don't think I ever heard of slippery elm.
Slippery elm is one of the best for the digestive for any area down there. Slippery elm root. You need the root.
Okay.
Some people sell the powder. I don't recommend the powder. Do the root. Only the root. The root is kind of
Yeah,
thick.
I don't deal with no powder because if
Okay.
I'm not making it to a powder, I don't feel like it's just that.
Yeah.
So I'll trust
No,
it.
do the root, and you can, you know, it's kind of thick, but it's okay though. It's gonna, you know, the taste ain't too bad. So it's just thick. It's real thick.
Slippery
But I
elm root.
love slippery root. Mm-hmm.
And
It
that's
does look good.
LELM, right?
Uh-huh,
Okay.
slippery elm. Those are really my main ones that I would say to stick with, you know, with the burdock root too, because that's going to keep cleansing your blood as well. You want to keep sticking with them, you know. Do you do the yoni steams and stuff too? I know you do them.
Girl,
Because you
yes,
can make
that's my
your
whole
Yanni
business.
stew. Yeah, so you're doing it. That's the only way you can keep healing. And you know, you're already on that stage of you have flushed out all those other toxins and you only keep flushing daily. So like if you can get a tamareds is one of the other great items for flushing your body. Getting some tamareds.
Spell that
Those
for
are
me.
like, you know, TAM, girl, don't get me wrong. I think it's I might end up telling you something wrong.
Okay, let me
I think
try to
it's
just spell it out and
NRID,
hopefully Google will help me out.
Red. Yeah. But yeah,
Tamareds.
those are one of the number one items that Dr. Sebi used to, you know, when he was cleansing his body completely and healing it, he was doing the tamarind juice. And tamarind is a, you know, exotic fruit that is used to flush our bodies. And fruits are the main items that's flushing our bodies. So doing tamarind juice is strong. It's super, let me just tell you right now, it's strong. So you know, you have to add water to it. It's
Okay,
not something that you can just drink as
process.
a concentrate because that's what it turns into. So, you know, you fill up your jar, add your water, and just drink it.
Okay,
Just drink it throughout the day, and you will start seeing it's a natural laxative. So tamareds are made to make you flush. So you're
okay,
gonna feel it. You're definitely gonna feel it. But you know, also seeded grapes. Seeded grapes are the number one items for flushing you out. You can just drink that juice all alone with key lime, seeded grapes and key lime.
mhm,
Automatically, you're going to start getting a flush. And doing key lime water in the morning, that's a natural detox too. So I like to drink key lime water all day, and I add strawberries and kiwi to it and some mint. You know, I like mint because I grow it. So,
Mhm.
and I add basil, mint and basil. It gives it a nice, refreshing taste. Drink that all day. That's a detox water. That's cleansing you throughout the day, and it's keeping you full. And you can add some burdock root to that as well, girl. That burdock root, it'll
To
give
the
it a
water.
nice taste. Yep, to that water. Boom, you can drink that all day long, and that's going to be helping you reduce your cravings. Also, it's, you know, getting water retention because we can pick up a lot of water retention. So that's a whole blend to help with reducing it. It's helping reduce bloating. It's helping reduce, you know, the things that's going on in your uterus. It's going to help reduce it all. So, you know, keep doing those blends daily and doing what you're doing as well, cutting off, you know, certain items and trying more, you know, different items that keep
So
helping
you
you.
saying your uterus? I don't know if you meant to say uterus because I said gallbladder. So is
Oh
that
yeah,
a
my bad. Gallbladder. Yeah, my bad.
okay?
I meant to say that.
I was just
I'm
making sure you
saying
giving me the
uterus
right
and getting
recipe
it.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
hmm
this sounds good.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
where do you get your seeded grapes from? Because I haven't seen any, even at the
I
international
get
market.
mine at the international market.
So maybe I need to go to a
So
different store.
I go to international, and also Food Lions sometimes have it as well.
I see. I don't even go to Food Line, but I can
Yeah.
try. Okay.
Like international, go to international. Like I said, I usually go to the flea market. I shop. I love them. The Mexicans be having everything. So I
Mm-hmm.
go to their markets, and they have the big seeded globe grapes. The one at Food Lion, they're not big. They're not even right. That's why I'm like, ugh. The
Right.
grocery
I don't even
store,
shop
I'm like,
there.
I don't
I
want
feel
that.
like Food Line and
Those,
Walmart got the same produce.
girl, listen, I had seen them. I was like, somebody was like, yeah, they got seeded grapes. And I saw them, and then I got some fresh ones from the flea market, and I compared it, and I'm like, ugh, I will never eat that again. But, you know, some people can't find, you know, seeded grapes at
And see,
international
I'm a
market.
country
They say
girl,
they
so
grow.
I grew up with my family having like vineyards and whatever. So we ate it straight off
Yeah.
outside. And I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see that in the store nowhere. So even if I see it and it say it's seeded, I'm just like, that don't look like what was it?
No,
Uncle.
it don't. It don't, girl. I'm trying to see if I have some now. I had got some real big ones the other day. I think I juiced them. But you can tell, you know, the difference with them big time. They got a different.
Mhm. The real one, they
It's a
real
little more.
big, yeah.
Definitely.
And see, I have my
But
dilemma
yeah.
with that because a lot of the fruits that I see that are mad enlarged in the store, I just feel like they pumped up with some type of steroid
hmm
or extra water or whatever because they
And
just
that's what's
throw.
sad
I
right now.
learned in esthetician school they only have to have it. What they consider organic is the fact that it has 80% water. It's not because it was
hmm
grown ethically or nothing like that. It's considered organic because of the amount of water that's in it. So
hmm
when I learned that in school, I was like, so I'm paying an
And it's
extra
sad.
such as $2,
It's
$3.
sad right now. That's why I say it's honestly, if you can't grow it or shop with somebody local, you know, these companies are a little high, but Miami Fruits, those are good companies that you know growing fresh, tropical fruit box, you know, ordering from companies or just getting people off Etsy. These are people who growing too. Honestly, it's better, you know, you're finding local farmers or whatever you have to do than shopping through the you know, grocery stores right
Stores.
now. So if you can find somebody that you know that grow or, you know, whatever, but it's better to do it that way or start growing yourself. That's honestly, if
Right.
anything, you just got to do what you got to do because, I mean, we can do what we can. We can't put too much pressure on
Right.
ourselves, honestly. So,
Yeah. I just say every day, like, universe, you know what my resources are. So give me what I need. Give me what I need. Give me an alignment to the right person that I need to get the right stuff. And
yeah,
until then, I'm gonna use what I got. But
that's it.
yep,
That's it.
charge it to my head, not my heart.
That's it.
They
Yeah.
said they are pumped up. Go to Walmart. Oh, I don't get no produce from Walmart ever. Don't
hmm
even trust it. Um, What's your best blender? Your favorite blender?
I got the Ninja. That's my favorite. It's been with me
I be
forever. He
seeing the
does
good
the
ones. I
job.
got the little Hamilton because I was like, I don't know
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
doing. I ain't about to. It's okay, but I just feel like, that's another question. I feel like I waste so much, and I don't like feeling wasteful. But I feel like it's so much juice that be in what the compost side of it. So I'm like, for one, I didn't get all my juice out for me to be drinking, and for two, what am I doing? What do you do with your scraps? Because I just feel like that's so wasteful. It's a lot of skin, like nutrients in the skin and stuff too, but
It
what are
is.
you doing with
I
it?
mean, the best thing to do is save it. I mean, for people who grow, or you can save it for ones who do grow. But compost, it makes the best compost. If you got plants, you can do it for your plants too, because your plants love anything that's coming from just the fruits. It can't do it no harm. So, just saving it, getting some straw from outside because you don't want it to smell. You don't want it to get that odor. So keep stacking it up with straw. Some people use newspaper, but I usually just do straw when I'm doing it. And I just keep stacking it, layering it. And then whenever it's time, it kind of start decaying. It's going to start turning into its own little, its
Mm-hmm.
own product. And you can start using it in your garden.
So it doesn't mold or anything.
I mean, it's going to, like I said, it's going to turn into its own little product after a while. So you just start adding, like I add dirt. I just add more dirt on top of it and it
Okay.
start blending. Yeah, it will blend eventually,
Okay.
but it's really good.
I think that was my last question. Do
Okay.
anybody else got any questions down in the comments? Any question on juicing? Any question on food for medicine?
And I know a lot of people is, juicing, of course, can't buying juice cleanses can get really pricey. So, I try to like offer different just regular classes, just, donation where I can just help you with
Yeah.
getting the basics going, just getting started with it because this is something that you want to do all the time. It's not something that you just want to do, monthly.
Right.
It's a thing
A
that you want to
lifestyle.
just keep doing. Yeah, it's a lifestyle. So I love just trying to show people, you can do this every day. It's not hard. They try to make it seem like it's hard, but
Right.
this life is it's normal, just like you're eating the food you're eating, but you're not feeling good. With this lifestyle, you can actually feel good.
Right.
And people are scared to honestly feel good. They put so much fear in us to want to feel the peace, to actually be at peace. So,
Mm-hmm. They throw that
when it's
convenience
time,
word around.
yeah.
Convenience.
Listen, and all the lies start going through your head like, oh, you need meat for protein, or oh, you need this for starch. No, none of that even matters, honestly. None of it. No. As
I
long as
have.
you're listen, as
Go
long
ahead.
as you're feeling good and you're not overdoing it, because when you overdoing it, when you start feeling it, you can listen. It's like you're going to get a personal relationship with your body. Your
Yeah.
body's going to tell you everything and you're going to listen because when your body's like, oh, it's time for a detox, then it's time for you to detox. Oh, you're overdoing it, then you're overdoing it. So it's like if you're eating, if you've been eating hybrid foods, it's okay because your body's going to start eliminating it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whatever your body doesn't want, your body's not going to let you get when it's, have it anymore. It's only going to take in what it wants. Whatever your body wants is going to make you, consume it, especially if it's healthy. Now you
Right.
got the parasites that's wanting the products that's not good. We got that, and that's why we're cleansing ourselves to get rid of those parasites that's craving, beef and pork, because our bodies is not meant to crave death, period. So if your
Right.
body is craving death, that means you have some bad parasites that's only wanting the bad. So when you do burdock root, when you're doing, you know, uh, different herbs to cleanse it, it can only kill it. It can only cleanse them all out. So that's what I tell you.
And I
Keep
remember, I think I
detoxing.
asked you last. It was sometime last year when I did my raw vegan challenge. I was asking you, did you count calories? And I
Mhm.
just saw that on somebody's page when I asked you that. But when I had first went raw, it wasn't that I was hungry, because I'm never hungry,
Mhm.
but I was starting to feel lightheaded. And I was like, maybe I'm
Yep.
missing something, or maybe I'm not getting all of my nutrients from somewhere. I don't know what that piece is, but that's when I got on the C's, like making sure I was teaching my medicine woman course earlier today, and I was showing them like my medicine cabinet, which is full of all of my
Mhm.
herbs, all of the seeds and stuff that I use. But I said you have to be more intentional when you're buying groceries in general. So no, I don't
Mhm.
know off the top of my head the benefits of cucumber and squash and all of that. But when I'm in the grocery store, my phone is out like, what are the benefits of this before I even buy it?
Mhm.
So I know if this
Yeah.
is what I'm eating this week, I know I'm getting all of my nutrients, because in the grocery store I made
Mhm.
sure that I got everything that I needed. And
Yeah.
seeds are very like pumpkin seeds and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
just learned that was like a fertility agent. So
Mhm.
I
Pumpkin seeds are good for you. Oh, and another herb that I forgot to tell you is black walnut hull. I don't think if you have that or not, but
I
black
don't.
walnut hull is one of the best ones for cleansing out parasites. And it's another herb that a lot of people don't know of, and this is one of my secret ones because it's called Mytico. I had to send you the link. You get it from Jamaica. It's one of the ladies I get my duck flower. So, and duck flower is the next one we can talk about. But duck flower, I don't recommend if you haven't been cleansing for a while
You
because
said duck
it can
flower?
be intense. The duck flower can be intense for people who who haven't been cleansing. So I do tell you, you need to at least start a diet for at least 3 months, a lifestyle for at
Mm-hmm.
least 3 months of flushing before you do the duck flower. Because people just tell you, oh, just do the duck flower, but no, that's not proper because you don't know how your body is going to respond if you've been eating these toxic products for how long, and then boom, you just jump into something.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like it's levels. It's
Right.
levels to and my ancestors won't let me just jump into it because I always heard people talking about it. But even though I've been, vegan for 4 years, I still felt like I needed a little more cleansing till
Mm-hmm.
I got to it. And I just did the duck flower maybe about 2 months, 3 months ago. I just did the duck flower,
How was
and
it?
it was absolutely amazing. I can't even just explain what it does. It's a mental. It's not even.
Mm.
Yeah, it's cleansing, but it's a spiritual awakening. It's a clarity that we all need. And that's why they keep so much from us. Like they
Yes.
want us to fear herbs. Why am I fearing the herb? Yes, we understand that some things may do differently, but a lot of herbs that we're supposed to be consuming, no, we can't fear it. We just know that once we flush our body from those toxins, that our body's gonna respond to it
Right.
differently. So yeah, the duck flower, it like as soon as I started taking it, I noticed my smell started to change. I was like, what the world? Like I can smell
Had that
everything
pregnant nose.
clear. Girl, like even with my ears now, like it awaken your senses. It's like a sense awakener, and
Oh,
like
I gotta
you
get
know,
on that.
girl, it's amazing. I promise. I brag about it. Like they tell you that you're gonna throw up or just poop everywhere, diarrhea. Of course, they tell you things to scare you, but
Right.
I just feel like it's not that intense, especially if you've been
Cleaning
doing what
regularly.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those probably
So
people
it
who
was
just jump
really,
right into it and their body is
girl,
like,
that's what it is. That's what it is. And people
yeah,
don't tell them that you're supposed to be detoxing. Everybody think things supposed to be so fast that you're
right,
just going to get fast results, and nothing is fast. Everything takes healing because our body's been through a lot. We've been through a lot. So we're just flushing it all out and putting love back in. That's all we're doing daily, putting the
I
love back
haven't
in our.
heard of the duck flower, but I gotta try that. And what was the name of the other one?
Yeah.
You said Malay, what?
But I know I'm saying it wrong. I already know I am. So I'm gonna have to send a link. But it's a Mytica. If you put it in, like if you go to Etsy and
Uh huh.
the herbal shop, it's gonna pop up instantly.
Okay.
So it's a Jamaican herb, but it's one of the best ones too for detoxing and cleansing your colon. It's a good one. And I love Gakko. I know I might be pronouncing it, but it's good for cleansing your lungs it's a good for a herb that everybody should be doing now. A lot of people don't know about these herbs because, you
I'm
know,
on Geico. Like I haven't purchased any yet, but I've been on that for like the last couple of weeks. I just gotta get me
yeah.
some.
And it's another one, Coco La Mecca. Have you heard of that one? I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's another one that's really good too for weight loss, keeping you toned. You know, like, yeah, we should be working out, but we shouldn't be putting too much pressure on our bodies too. So those are like natural items that's flushing and keeping us still with our natural weight, because that's all it is. We're getting back to,
Our natural state.
who we are. Yeah, it's not putting too much pressure to get to something that is not reality. You're getting back to you, to you. So
So,
that's
as
what
far
those
as somebody
yeah.
being pregnant, this is my last question. So, as far as somebody being pregnant and on this lifestyle, what would you recommend to them as far as stuff to stay away from or a healthy cycle of what they can and can't use?
I mean, sticking with an alkaline lifestyle always is the best, of course, and you can always do raw too. It's just, listen to your body. Cause like I said, I don't really follow different accounts or
Right.
calories. I say listen to your body, because if you're hungry, you don't eat. You eat what you feel is needed. More fruits and veggies, of course, following the alkaline list, the hybrid foods. Eat more foods with seeds. If you're doing veggies, do your cucumbers, kale, dandelion leaf, the main items, red cabbage, do your mushrooms, nuts. With me, I love nuts. So if you want to, mix your mushrooms with the nuts together, walnuts and
Mm-hmm.
mushrooms, that makes the perfect patty. And you can do all kind of stuff with walnuts and mushrooms. And you can add the coconut amino and give you a nice flavor.
Yeah.
If you still feel like you need a meat substitute, it tastes really good. So you can enjoy that daily, and it'll keep you full. So it's really just finding meals that, that's going to work for you, that's going to keep you full. I have a raw ebook as well for ones who do need help with recipes, and it's very easy. So
Yeah.
you won't be, struggling trying to make stuff. But, YouTube helped me big time, just putting in raw
Yeah.
recipes, because it's a lot. So I say it's easy. It's just finding stuff and going with it, using it daily. That's what the raw lifestyle is going to make you do. It's going to make you get in the kitchen and just realize that
Mm-hmm.
you can make your food. Meal prep, you can't make excuses, because you're gonna be hungry, and then like I said, it's times you're gonna see you're really not that hungry, so
Right.
you'll
Just
start
eating
being
out of
able to
habit.
get. Yeah. And that's the thing, is like we're in love with food so much that, and of course food, our bodies is everything. The bodies is
Mm-hmm.
the source. So food is everything. Food is the target. Like, food is everywhere. Without food, people feel like they're dying. So it's like, that's the thing. People only can think about food, but honestly,
But the
it's
food is
something.
the medicine too in that same aspect. You can love
It is.
food, but just love food that's loving you, not food
That's
that's
what I'm
killing
saying.
you.
Love the good food. Love the
Yes.
good food. Love the food that heals, and understanding that it's you need it, but you can. It's not something that you had to. People feel like you can't live without. You need it, and
Right.
that's the mindset that you don't want to have. You want to go and just listen to your body. Listen to it. If it needs that cucumber, eat that cucumber. If it needs that mushroom, eat that mushroom, but just not overdoing it, because your body's going to tell you how to stop. You got to start doing different things with it. We've been doing the wrong things with our bodies for so long, not
Mm-hmm.
listening to our bodies. So people don't really know, like, when I'm not, when I'm overdoing it, or like, oh, I feel bad, because you overdo it all the time. You
Right.
just keep stuffing yourself when you're not even supposed to be eating that. So of course you're gonna feel that way. So it's like you're changing everything. It's a whole different
Right.
mindset.
So,
hmm
we got to get into this mentorship program because I am all about networking this year and collaborating with queens like yourself so that we can build our community together. You all the way in South Carolina, I'm in Texas, but I feel like we can always do something together, that we are coming together and doing some type of event or whatever, where you bringing your
Yeah.
knowledge, I'm bringing the wound care knowledge, and just collaborate together. But I do know that this year I'm going into, like, that's one of my goals for this year is to be completely raw vegan, alkaline vegan the entire year. So I've been doing good so far, and I just want
That's
to keep that
good.
up. And that's one of my goals. So I know for myself, to do something or to manifest anything, you have to become that person. So I can't be out here preaching that to my clients and I'm not 100%, you know, there and raw with it. So I know I need your help, sis.
Yeah, listen, I'm right here,
I know
right
I'm gonna
here.
need your help. So
hmm
I will be referring to you and put my clients on to you as far as juicing recipes and stuff like that. I've
Yeah.
already told my class about you today as far as them wanting to start juicing just to detox, because I don't
hmm
think any of them were vegan. But we talking about the healing process. We talk about being medicine women, and medicine women come in a lot of different layers. So I know I'm the herb
hmm
girl. I got you on the yoni steams. I got you on the womb care and the healing on that level. But you got us on the fruits and the food and healing with the food. So
hmm
I definitely been referring people to you, and if anything, getting your ebook so that they can start off from somewhere, because a lot of the girls that be following me, they be really young, but I'm like, as long as you already have a will to get this healing, you in the right space. And I want to
hmm
make sure that I have all the resources available to give anybody else. So for anybody who is new coming in, let them know again where they can find you, what next class you might have coming up next.
Okay, so you can find me on my Instagram, Juice Queen 2020, also on Facebook, Amber Saxon. My ebook is the 10-day challenge. So, for 10 days, take it out your time that you only gonna do raw meals for those 10 days. And I have very easy recipes to help you. And I have over 30 different recipes so you can keep going even longer while you're doing this challenge. So also, I sell different products. Like I have juice cleanses. I have my 3-day juice cleanser, one that I was doing to help me with my journey with flushing my body and cleansing everything out and reprogramming it completely. The 3-day is the one I recommend. 4-day, I always tell people if it's your first time detoxing, you want to get your body used to it. So I got a 4-day juice cleanse where you're doing one a day and you're consuming your healthy meals, no meat at all. You want to stay away from meat when you're cleansing. And I also have a package where it comes with my 4-day juice cleanse. It comes with a detox tea. It comes with my butterfly PT lemonade and a fruit tray as well. Because, you still should eat while you're doing the 4-day cleanse. So that's the with my
So you
packaging. That's
suggest eating during your cleanse, or you just, or
Now
those two
that's just
different
with the
types?
4-day. That's just with the 4-day because you're getting one 32-ounce jar. So you're pretty much drinking it throughout the day while you're eating meals, no meat. So this is getting you ready for the intense juice cleanse because the 3-day, you're going with no food at all.
Okay.
You're just drinking juice. But if you get hungry, like I say, don't starve yourself. Eat something raw, eat a cucumber, eat just I will always say fruits, of course, do some seeded grapes, star fruit, anything just to keep you going because you don't want to feel like you're about to, pass out
Right.
because yeah, so yeah, do something. And coconut, I love coconut water. Coconut always
I
give you
cannot get into
like,
coconut water. I
you
tried it.
haven't got the fresh one? You gotta get a fresh one. You can't do none
I
from the stove.
did. It was I used
Oh,
to work with this. Well, I had an internship like when I was back in school, and it was a Jamaican lady that
okay.
worked there. She was like, "Oh, I love coconut
Yes.
milk." She to let me try, and it just tastes so. I don't know what I was expecting it to taste like, but it was just so nasty. Maybe I
Yeah,
should
it's not.
try it
I
again.
guess it took me a minute. It took me a minute to get used to it because when I first had it, they just cut it open, and I was like, "What the world? We can't drink
It's like
this."
a
And I,
thick water. Like I don't.
yeah,
I don't.
it
Maybe I should
takes
try it
time.
again.
I think it's something that you might have to mix with something else.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have to mix it, but it's really good for just giving you that, that little energy back. It's a
Okay.
really good,
I
refreshing
said I'll
one.
try to
So.
put it in a smoothie or something, but drinking it by itself,
Yeah, maybe
it.
do that. You can't really taste it. You can't. Oh, mix it with mango. Do mango and
Okay.
sea moss. Mango sea moss smoothie and add that as your base. You ain't gonna taste it because that mango is kind of, it's a different. flavor, so it kind of take away from the coconut.
Makes
And I
sense.
think the only way you can taste the coconut if you're just drinking it, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I like fresh coconut. This is good for you.
All right, love. Thank you so much for getting our new year started with all these gems. And I hope you
Yeah,
have an amazing year. I look
you
forward to
too.
collabing with you and healing on
Definitely.
a hybrid
Oh
level.
yeah, I meant to tell you. The next class I'm gonna do on the 17th, January the 17th, and this is just a donation class. I'll be doing
It's
a
my birthday.
juice and a smoothie. Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, look. That's what I needed to say it. But yeah, it's gonna be at 6 p.m. And anybody can join in. Just come and give whatever you would like, whatever your heart is coming. And, I try to just do group classes because I do private classes too. So I'm booked up right now, but I just love being able to do group classes too. So, you can ask questions and just, see all of us just trying to do new things. And if you want to give any, feedback, then that's how we keep growing.
Okay. I might tap into
hmm
that. I know I ain't going to be doing nothing on my birthday.
But okay,
Well,
oh,
working. I'm
okay,
always working on my birthday. So I'll
okay,
tap into that and I'll make sure that I can share that with my audience and let them get enrolled in it as well.
definitely.
All right. So we don't
Um,
have any more questions out in the comments. I will talk to you later, love. Thank you so much.
all right, yes, have a good one.
Y'all have a good night.